Hello and welcome back to Assetto Corsa EVO. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video, and as you can see by the title, this is going to be a video providing my thoughts, my opinions on the recent announcement by Kunos to change the direction of part of what they are doing with Assetto Corsa EVO, and that part is namely the career mode part, and effectively, I would say, scrapping it in the form that we know. And the reason I say that is because I will read out the announcement, the entire announcement, in a moment, and you'll see that there are still things that they wish to do, but this really revolves mainly around the economy, buying and selling of cars, I guess, parts, all of that kind of stuff. It's the purchase part, the experiences, the economy, the in-game currency, whatever you want to call it, euros, I guess, in this. That is the part, or credits. That is the part that they are getting rid of. Now, before I roll the intro and get into my thoughts on this, I'm just going to read out this announcement verbatim so that you have an idea of exactly what they say. With release 0.5, we want to take a moment to share an important update about the direction of Assetto Corsa EVO, shaped by ongoing discussion and feedback from our community. After careful evaluation and many internal conversations, we've decided to move away from the current career mode and in-game economy systems. This means features such as XP, virtual currency, and economy-based progression will no longer be part of the experience. This decision wasn't taken lightly, but it allows us to focus on building a clearer, more authentic experience that better reflects what our community values and supports the long-term vision of the game. Rather than simply removing structure, this change allows us to replace the career mode with experiences that are more directly focused on driving and improvement. The single-player experience will continue to grow through a completely reworked driving academy, designed to be a meaningful tool for learning, improving driving skills, and mastering cars and tracks. Alongside this, we're investing in a set of competitive features and special events built around online leaderboards, hot stints, and other focused game modes. These experiences are designed to offer clear goals, replayability, and healthy competition without the limitations of a traditional economy system. By simplifying the overall structure, we gain more freedom to focus on what matters behind the wheel: driving quality, racing, and simulation depth. It also allows the team to move faster and spend more time polishing systems that many of you care deeply about, including deeper racing and simulation systems, stronger modding foundations, future community-driven multiplayer options, richer and more flexible single-player content, competitive features and special events based on leaderboards and time-based challenges, free roam development, and ongoing UI improvements. While the original career mode won't be a part of the final direction, providing meaningful structure for solo play remains very important to us. Our goal to guide progression through skill, learning, and competition rather than through an artificial economy, while continuing to support well-received features like vehicle tuning. That is the announcement. So, I'm going to break that down a little and provide my thoughts on the good parts of that, the bad parts of that, because I think there are good parts of this. And then, I suppose, open it up to the comments. Now, I know there are very angry, disappointed people at the moment. I've looked at the recent Steam reviews. If you are going to comment on this video, please do keep it civil. Whether you agree with me or not, or agree with anyone else in the comments or not. Let's get started. And let's talk about how Assetto Corsa has just changed. Okay, where should we start? I think the best place to start is probably going to be the disappointment. So, in-game economy is disappearing. So no experience points. No currency, none of that sort of progression. Where does that leave Assetto Corsa EVO? Well, first off, I can understand the disappointment that some people have. And the reason I can understand that is because they may have purchased this with early access, looking at the fact that we were going to have some sort of career progression. And that has now been taken away. I can see this from two sides. First off, you've got the people who were fairly realistic about this, so they would understand, and I'm going to point these things out, that when version 1 is released, it is going to have maybe 100 vehicles, so nowhere near what Gran Turismo is going to have, or Gran Turismo has, especially if you are playing, for example, is it Spec 2 of Gran Turismo 4 that people are able to play now? 1,000 cars, pretty good. You can play it on PC via an emulator or something. It's really quite good. I've not tried it yet, but I think it's excellent. Or even playing Gran Turismo 7, you still have hundreds of cars, lots of combinations that you can purchase. And yes, whilst some of the visual modding, rear wings, spoilers, front bumpers, all of that kind of stuff, splitters, it leaves a little bit to be desired in Gran Turismo. The mods that you can do to vehicles in terms of upgrades, tuning and liveries is fantastic, and honestly I think that Assetto Corsa EVO had the ability to maybe surpass them in tuning. Yes, surpass them in tuning, but then I do not think they would have ever managed to get anywhere near them, near Gran Turismo that is, or even Forza, in number of vehicles. I think that would have been pretty much impossible. So, if people were keeping that in mind and saying, yes, this is all we're going to get, and still wanted the career mode and economy, I very much appreciate and understand the disappointment, and I think I would class myself somewhat in that group. I thought it could be a really good thing to do, especially with the free roam that was coming, and a little bit more on that in a few moments, and how maybe this has an impact on not the viability of free roam, but just the immersion of the free roam. And as I said, we'll get onto that in a moment. But I'd just like to address some of the people who seem to be slating Kunos for this decision as if they have cancelled the whole game, cancelled the sim, and I think that is wholly unfair. The Steam reviews have been less than complimentary over the past 24-48 hours, but I think that is blown very much out of proportion. However, I also appreciate that some people might want a refund on this, and I do think that with such a core change, and it is a core change, whilst it is not the entire sim, of course it isn't, it is a key factor of the sim that a lot of people might have purchased this in early access for. I think that Kunos should honour refunds. They need to do that because they have changed a key part of the sim. However, how do you honour that refund system? So somebody has played this for 100 hours and are now demanding a refund. Is that something that should be honoured? I do not think so. Now, if somebody has played maybe a couple of hours and is then demanding a refund, perhaps so. But that is maybe a decision that Kunos are going to have to make, and Kunos, I have no doubt, are going to put out another announcement. Probably by the time you see this video, there may be another announcement. I keep forgetting that bit has moved further up. There may be another announcement that I will have not seen. because I'm recording this on the 4th, and this will be coming out on the 5th. So, back to what I was talking about. Let's talk about the free roam now. Let's do that. With the free roam, I think one of the things people were looking forward to, and certainly I thought it was a good idea, were all these little side missions that could have been done to earn some money, and then spend that money on modifying your vehicle. And I think that was a really good idea. It would have been quite unique. It would have been something that Gran Turismo does not have, Forza does not have, Project Cars never had. No title has had that sort of progression and been even close to a simulator, not even Simcade. The only one I can think of that had similar ways of progression would have been Need for Speed titles, but that is very much an arcade game. So, what happens to all of that? Will we still get to do those missions, but receive what? That is the thing. If the reward system has gone, then what do you receive when you complete a mission? The idea of those missions is now, well, it is a moot point. So what we would then have is an open world in which you can drive around just like we do in the original Assetto Corsa, and it is great. I'm thinking of Stocker Revival Project, or High Force, or LA Canyons. All of those fantastic mods, or free roam mods, we could drive around, and you can drive around in multiplayer, and there would be other vehicles driving around, NPCs driving around, and you can join them, but there isn't anything else you could do. So in that sense, how is it better, apart from graphically and perhaps some of the physics, is it any better than the original Assetto Corsa? And maybe that is not such a bad thing. And this is where I say maybe there is some goodness to this. Because if they are going to be optimizing the title, working hard, as they say, to pooling and pushing the resources away from this career mode and towards improving everything else, optimizing the title, the physics, make sure the graphics work properly, sound, bugs, more vehicles, maybe adding more vehicles, I do not know. All of that sort of stuff. If they end up doing that and providing a very polished experience in everything else, maybe that is a good thing. Because if you look at Assetto Corsa, not EVO, the original Assetto Corsa, it still has a really, really large player base. And that player base, there is no economy in that game. It is just a group of people who want to just drive cars on racetracks, on open roads. And Assetto Corsa EVO is going to provide that natively with modern technologies. I see nothing wrong with that. So, in that sense, what they have said in their announcement about pushing the resources to try and make sure that everything else is improved, I see that as only a good thing. That is not a bad thing whatsoever. And people appear to be, in my opinion, what I've seen, and of course, people are always more vocal when they are angry. People who are content, satisfied, or just mildly disappointed may not be as vocal, whilst those who are angry, and whether that is valid or not, people who are angry tend to be more vocal. And perhaps that is what I am seeing, and that is what we're seeing in the negative reviews, and that is what Kunos are going to see. And of course, if Kunos see that, it is going to cause them pause. And this is why I said I am expecting another announcement, perhaps even by the time this video is released. But I think that is blown out of proportion. We are losing something that could have made Assetto Corsa EVO unique. And in that, I do think Kunos have shot themselves in the foot. Personally, I think they have shot themselves in the foot. But it is not the end of some people are saying, oh, this title should be scrapped, or, well, there's nothing left in this title. I do not think so. Even if this title is an improved version of Assetto Corsa, that is still going to be a really, really good title. What Kunos should have done, in my opinion, is say that for version 1 of the game, I'm afraid we cannot have the economy, we cannot have X, Y, and Z. We cannot have experience or currency or that career progression. Or you can build experience and currency, but there isn't going to be a career progression like that. And then we will work towards a version 1.1 or 1.2 of the game, and that will have the career mode in it. That is what Kunos should have said. And then explained it with the exact same reasoning. They wish to focus on core features. They want to make sure that the title is optimized. They want to make sure that the vehicles are working properly, the physics are working properly, the sounds are working properly, the force feedback, the community aspects, multiplayer, servers, modding. They have made a specific mention of modding, and that is important. So they want to make sure that modders are able to work on this title. And I do want to see high quality mods, not some of the garbage that I have seen in Assetto Corsa over the years. And maybe they need to work, maybe that is something they need to work on. Make a way to have only high quality mods, or mods that meet a certain threshold for public release. Maybe a mod database on that they host, and so you can download mods from other places, but here is where you will find all the curated mods, or something along those lines. That is what I think Kunos should be focusing on with this announcement. What else do I think about this? Am I personally disappointed? Well, as I said earlier in this video, yes, because I thought it was a really good idea, something that only Gran Turismo really has in the way it's done. And even then, even if this did not get anywhere near when it comes to vehicle count, I do think this could have surpassed, and still will. I do think this still will surpass Gran Turismo when it comes to configuration modding of vehicles. And with this announcement, they really need to lean hard into that aspect. That this is not going to be a title now about, since they have decided, this is not going to be a title about buying cars and earning some money through races for cars, but this is going to be a title where you drive your car the way you want to, you customize your car within reason, because obviously they cannot have everything, within reason, the way you want to, you play with your friends the way you want to, and we will facilitate that. And I think that is a really great thing. I have not used career mode. I used it perhaps a little bit, and then decided, no, I think I am better off just driving around in open mode. Will I use the driving academy? Yes, because that is... I know people are against it in Gran Turismo sometimes, but I do think that the license tests in Gran Turismo, especially some of the harder ones, they are probably some of the best parts of Gran Turismo. I prefer them certainly over the missions in Gran Turismo 7, and I think I prefer them over some of the races in Gran Turismo 7. So work on that. Work on extremely advanced NPCs, AI, whatever you want to call them, computers for racing. If they could do that, I think people will enjoy this. But at the same time, acknowledge that they have disappointed other people. Conversely, I think people need to understand that given how much flack they were getting for the career mode, and I did see that flack at the beginning, they have thought about this and decided, well, hang on, people want better X, Y, and Z. Nobody is mentioning career mode. Nobody is talking about it. So it's better for us to get rid of it. And that is what they are doing. I see nothing wrong with that decision. I only think that they have not communicated it quite as well, and they need to really show what they are going to be improving. And it needs to be in this next version. So version 0.5 is going to be the version that, in my opinion, will make or break this title. If it is good, and I do hope it is good, but if that version oh dear, if that version 0.5 is good, people are going to look and say, actually, the amount of improvements they made between 0.4 and 0.5 is quite substantial. Maybe it was a good idea for them to cull the career mode. We can live without career mode, right? As long as we can drive around our vehicles in free roam, and we can race and time trial and race against our friends and have a lovely multiplayer experience and race against computers and enjoy all of that bit. Everything apart from earning credits, that's okay. And for me, I think that is what I would end up doing. I'm disappointed that there isn't a career mode, sure, but everything else is there. It's just the fact that I'm not going to gain experience and credits. As long as I can still customize my car the way I want to, as long as I can, as long as I can race around on any track I want to, with any car I want to, as long as I can drive around on the roads with my modified car without with a racing exhaust and obnoxiously coloured, or whatever you want to do with your car. I wouldn't do that, but that, as long as I can still do that, I'm not entirely disappointed. I'm only slightly disappointed. And that is my view on it. Now, of course, somebody else might be very disappointed. They wanted to have that economy. Personally, I'm okay without it, as long as everything else is still there. I still want to be able to buy things, customize parts. I need to just leave it that you still have to go to a shop to customize these parts. So there is some reason to drive around. It cannot be done in a garage. Do that. It might still work, and maybe this is what Kunos are heading towards, and people have very much overreacted. And I do think people have overreacted in some cases. But those of you who purely wanted it because you want to sit around grinding races for whatever credits you can, which is, it is your choice. That is completely up to you. If that is how you were hoping to play the title, then that is that. People do this in Gran Turismo as well, and I used to do it. But my goal was, I was not doing it because I wanted to grind the credits. I was doing it because I wanted to find the fastest way to collect the cars that I wanted to collect. In Gran Turismo 2, that was going around Super Speedway in a station wagon. In a Honda Prelude, and then getting a station wagon and selling it, and doing that however many times until I could get a Jaguar XJ220 in Gran Turismo 3. I think it was it Grand Valley Speedway? There was a race at Grand Valley Speedway that did it. In Gran Turismo 4, there were a few races that were the fastest way to make money. In Gran Turismo 7, it's often the Tokyo Expressway route. I do that when I play Gran Turismo, which I've not in many months. But I do that not because I want to grind big money and get experience and economy. I do want to get experience in the circuit itself, in the cars that I want to drive, not for the money, not for the credits at all. So as long as that is still there, I will still get to circuit experience. In fact, that just reminds me right there, Gran Turismo has circuit experiences. Replicate that and do it even better than Gran Turismo does. Different cars, different tracks, different combinations. Try a rear-wheel drive car here, try a XYZ car, and let people choose. So, okay, you want to drive a rear-wheel drive car on this circuit? Well, here's a circuit experience that shows you and teaches you how to do that. I think that would go down very, very well. So, I think I've been sort of talking about this and rambling on for a little while now. As I get towards the latter stages of this lap, what are my final thoughts on this? Yes, Kunos have shot themselves in the foot. Perhaps not as much as it appears that they have, but they need to clarify this very quickly and prove it with version 0.5. They need to show substantial progress and improvements in this title in version 0.5 to really prevent themselves from losing some support. And they are not going to lose my support, because I still think this is going to be a fantastic title. I have hundreds of hours. I know some people have thousands of hours, but I have hundreds of hours in the original Assetto Corsa. I never really played. I have Assetto Corsa Competizione. I never really played it. It did not suit me. But I have hundreds in the original. I will put, as long as they get this right with their driving, I will be putting hundreds of hours into this. Money or economy or no economy. So, no, I'm not one who is... I am, as I said, disappointed because they have changed what they originally said. And this is where I think the biggest issue is. It is not so much the fact of what they are doing, but the fact that they promised they intended. Their roadmap showed they were going to do something very different, and that is something they have gone back on. So if anyone from Kunos is watching this, and you have managed to get this far, because these are long videos, just clarify what you mean, and show that it's only the experience and economy, the money, that is going away. Nothing else. Everything else is still going to be there. Where did I hit track limits? I'm not even going to... Right, well, that was an 8 minutes 14. I have no idea where the track limits got pinged. But yes, just show that. Show that, look, we're just getting rid of the money aspect. We're just getting rid of the experience aspect. Everything else that you want to do, customization, training, racing with your friends, against AI, driving around, all of it is still going to be here and more. Show that, and this is going to be superb, and I think people will calm down. That's perhaps the best way to say it. Yes, people will calm down. hopefully. And that is all I have to say on it. Wait and see, I guess. Really wait and see. And for Kunos, do not be too disheartened. People, yes, there is disappointment, but you have a chance to really prove that what is the right decision to take. And those of you who are perhaps messaging before thinking, I implore you to think. And then if you still feel that way, then put the message out. Do not react in anger. Those of you who are taking a more balanced view or showing your disappointment more constructively, I think that is great. And I say this because I know that the sim racing community can be quite toxic in places. There is a reason I stay out of a lot of multiplayer stuff. I am not somebody who likes to... I try not to invite toxicity, although this video might. I try not to invite toxicity and hate. People have rights to their own opinions, of course, but I think be constructive in the way you show those. And I'm about to lose the vehicle. Like, for example, if I'm a bad driver, be constructive in the way you tell me I'm a bad driver. What did I do wrong there? I know what I did wrong there, but be constructive and not just haha, you're rubbish. That's now completely going off on a tangent. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now and get on with some other driving whilst I have my steering wheel set up. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like if you like this video. Click on the like button if you like this video. I'm not sure why I tried to say that differently. That was silly. Click on the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Assetto Corsa EVO. I will be making more videos on this. And for this video in particular, quite important, please do leave a comment with your thoughts. That is really, really important. Please do leave a comment with your thoughts, whether you agree with me, disagree with me, or even just partially agree with me. I would like to see them, and I would like to read them, and get a better idea of what people are thinking. If you wish to do so, you can check out my Patreon, Discord, and social media. Links to all of those in the description box below. That is all from me, and I will see you next time in another video, another Assetto Corsa EVO video or Assetto Corsa Rally video. And we shan't talk about any of these. Is this what they call sim racing drama? I'm not sure. Actually, no, I think that person that's scored or collected 518 incident points in that Daytona 24-hour race in iRacing a couple of weeks back, that I think that might be sim racing drama. This is just sim racing. No, I have no better word for this. Drama. We'll try and stay away from sim racing drama and just focus on the driving and racing itself, unless Kunos come out with something completely out of the blue. We are cancelling Assetto Corsa EVO, but please do not quote me on that. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.